Hello, everyone. I'm Electra, and this is Darko doing RKSF Freudia. If you've seen him run RKS1, where he runs Tia, he did it last DreamHack. It's basically the same thing, Mega Man-like controls, only there's a little bit differences with the weapons here. Yeah, it's a cool run. Can't wait to show it off.
Awesome. And before we begin, to those wondering, I'm pretty sure it's pronounced RosenkreuzStilette Freudensatchel, or something like that.
Close enough.
I think it was a solid performance. I mean, that's okay.
Yeah, no, I'd give it a 9.5 out of 10.
Oh, damn, that's really good. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's high praise.
Awesome. Well, without further ado, we're gonna switch over to the game feed. So get ready, cause I mean, get comfortable, cause this run. That's all I have to say. This run. Stay tuned. And here we are, coming live to you on stream with Darko RTA. Darko, how you doing? We can go with thumbs up, waving, and countdown with the fingers. It's all good. It's par for the course. The man, the myth, the legend, Darko RTA. Electra, how you doing tonight?
I'm well, man. How are you?
I'm pretty good, thank you. I mean, that's a pretty good way to close off the Mega Man block with a game that's not a Mega Man, but, you know, it's close enough in its DNA.
It's basically Mega Man, just with cute anime girls. Like,
there you go.
Same thing.
Mega Animan, let's call it that. Yes, I mean, whenever you're ready, Darko, if you want to count us in, I'll start the timer for you, and we can get this party started. Ready when you are.
3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so I don't know these guys' names, but this is basically Airman. It's the first stage for Freudia. Some movement tech, you're going to see Darko sliding a lot. You can chain slides in the RKS games. It's like a 3-frame window, I want to say. Not much to say here, just sliding off of platforms, jumping, going up ladders. So Freudia differs from Tia in a little bit. She doesn't have like a regular shot that doesn't consume any weapon ammo. She has a machine gun, which is the same weapon you get from her after beating her in RKS1. It consumes weapon ammo, but the stages aren't long enough to where you'd use as like enough to warrant needing to get more ammo for it. It's really useful at taking out enemies. I mean, it fires constantly. We're going to see him use it a lot throughout the run. Alright, so there's a cycle skip you can do here, but it's really tough. Unfortunate. Kind of hard to do. Not BJW. Alright, good stage. Alright, so getting into the bosses here. Every boss in this game, once you get them down to about half health, they change up their base patterns, and we'll see how that pattern looks in a second here. It's kind of just following her and shooting this fight. Alright, now that she's at half health, a bunch of platforms raise randomly. You can get really terrible patterns here where platforms just don't go up, and you won't be able to hit the boss. With that said, good fight. So the main reason this stage is done first and not like Grolla stage is because you get the Rush Jet equivalent, and the like Ice Rush Jet you get is special in this game because it has a couple glitches. One of them being is if you land and slide from the rush jet, you can keep the movement speed of the slide and the rush jet. It's faster. Also, a couple uses throughout the run we'll see where rush jet is faster than Freudia's walking speed, so you'll be seeing it used to speed up certain sections where like there's a bunch of enemies and walking or sliding isn't an option. Here we have a skip coming up. There we go, nice. Skips a big maze section. It also skips a checkpoint, so if Darko dies here, he's back to the beginning of the level. So it's a bit dangerous. A lot of just swimming here. If you ever played Mega Man 8, it's pretty much the same thing. So now we're at the boss here. We're going to be seeing the bomb girl. I don't know what her name is either, but we're going to see her in this fight. And we're only going to see her here. We won't see her in the... Oh, we skipped her. Look at this man.
Just look at him right there.
Yeah.
But also look at this guy.
Oh. Put it back. I don't like this guy.
And then there's this guy. But I mean, look at this guy.
So now we're in Schwer's stage. Schwer is always like the troll boss in these games. We're going to see a lot of like traps and stuff, but a huge portion of the stage can be skipped by just like doing or going through a bunch of hidden passageways. There's one that's kind of this one right here. You can get crushed. I like how you're zooming in here. This ooh. Nice. All right. So yeah, Darka's just kind of sliding here. Not much to talk about. We're coming into my favorite screen of the game. Shoe percent, let's go. Shout out to BJW. All right, so this boss you can soft lock. I don't know if it's still in the Steam version, but you could soft lock if you kill Schwer while she's entering these pipes. Didn't happen. Congrats, you didn't soft lock Darko. So Schwer's weapon is just a shield skill, or shield weapon. It's pretty useful. You're gonna see a lot of it throughout the run. And the rush coil equivalent. Zoran's basically Bomb Man from Mega Man 1. Pretty kind of treacherous stage, a bunch of instant death. But as you can see, Darko's just kind of a legend and doesn't need to worry about any of those things. Here's an area where using the rush jet will just take care of all of that platforming. Oh, this is kind of scary. Oh, bummer, man. I get to explain that section now, like, in real time. He's looking out for me, man. All right, so we're using Rush Jet here because like sliding through this is not really viable given all the enemies and fire pillars. So using the Rush Jet is just much faster there. Here's another section where you have all these yoga blocks. There's no reason to not just use Rush Jet through here. Yeah, so Schwer's weapon just destroys Zorn. Good fight. All right, so Doris' stage is kind of tough. It has a pretty difficult climb section in a little bit here. Nice. All right, that was really good. That's way harder than Darko made it look, so. This is technically a mini boss. It's really easy. Not much to talk about here, just moving through. Getting up to Doris now. Nice ice waves. So, once again, the weakness is just kind of destroy all the RKSs. Nice. So while you're so you want to be sliding all the time, but when you're sliding in this stage, you slowly move down through the snow. Something to look out for. You kind of have to jump every once in a while. Even though, like, optimally, you'd want to be chain sliding the entire time. Not really an option here. Nice. Nice. So Darko just got Freudia's screen nuke attack from her boss fight in the original RKS. Works exactly the same as it did in the boss fight. So there's actually another mode, just like how RKS 1 had a Grolla mode, which is basically a zero mode for that game. The RKSF also has a zero mode for this game as well, where you play as Pamela, a RKS we'll be seeing later, but this is her first stage in the speedrun. A lot of vertical movement in this stage. Again, easy fight with the weakness. So we're up to Grolla, final RKS. Lots of Ghost and Goblins references here. I mean, just like those skeletons look exactly like Arthur. There's a ton of like just references here and there to other games in this game. I mean, earlier we saw in Schwar's stage a bunch of Mario Brothers references. Here we're seeing the final boss of Ghouls and Ghosts. Later we're going to see even more stuff. This game obviously takes a ton of inspiration from tons of different games, not just Mega Man. So, yeah. The time stop basically, like, it doesn't hurt the bosses, but the little shot you do from it ends up being the weakness. Kind of weird, but that's how it works. So now we're into basically the Doc Robot section of this game, like in Mega Man 3. You can tackle all of these guys in like any order you want, but they're not gonna give you any weapons. So Grolla's weapon can freeze a bunch of enemies. We're going to be seeing Darko use that a lot in the coming stages. Like, again, freezes the enemies, you won't take any damage, and it makes movement way easier. Nice. That section's pretty tricky. Darko made that look easy, but it's not. Nice. So this boss fight is a neat little gimmick. We'll get to it in a bit. So, you have to hit one of them, unless if you hit the other one, it heals instead of damaging. So you're trying to hit one the entire time. Nice. This whole stage is some pretty tight movement, especially with the falling blocks. Hammer Girl goes down pretty quickly to the screen nuke attack, so... Nice. All right, now all that's left is Pamela, the other playable character in this game. Pamela's also weak to the time stop, but again, just the shots, not the actual stopping of time. Nice. That fight's pretty tough. Pamela has a dash, and in her playthrough you can dash just like X and Zero. So now we're getting into the Iris stages. Casually, these stages are incredibly hard, and you're going to see a bunch of quick man lasers, especially in this stage. And if you think there's a lot now, just wait. Really tight movement coming up here. Nice. So here we're fighting Dracula. He's really, really hard, guys. Like, hardest boss in the game. I don't know if Darko's going to be able to do it. Oh! The RNG manip. He got the frame perfect kill. Darko's rhythmically shooting the pellet he gets from the rush jet. Some bloopers here. Nice spike section.
闇に飲まれて朽ちるがいい。
I don't think I have to explain this reference. Just a devil fight. Not much to talk about. Other than 3 different ball speeds. Nice fight. So, boss rush, typical Mega Man fashion. Not much to talk about here, just kind of using the weaknesses.
Mission 開始。頑張ろう、ゼッピーさん。
Lights just went out. Nice short. Shout out to Zeppy. I want to say her name is a reference to the subtitle of Mega Man 8, which is Metal Heroes, but I doubt that's the case.
負けるわけにはいかない。そら、こんなもので遅いね。さあ本番だ。そんな。
こんにちは。よろしくお願いします。氷の刃やブロック反撃に力。もうダメ。さようなら。海の木図と消えてもらうわ。
And that was the boss rush, folks. Now the Iris mech. Really hard fight. This is basically just a Toho boss. Speaking of Toho, can we get a zoom in on the camera to the Iafumo? I think Darko would like that for the end of the run. We tried. Alright, so we're going to try to get a nice. So you can use the spring there to get to the door a little bit earlier. Also, Tia's the surprise final boss. Also, every boss in the game has 28 health, and Tia has 56. But now that we reached half health, it's Iris all along. What a surprise. Dark, are you surprised? Doesn't look very surprised, people. Also, not time yet, but get ready. Once the screen fades to white, that's time. And time.
All right, nice. Thank you, Darko, for this awesome run. That was great. So we're gonna take a quick transition, and then we're gonna have our first bonus run of, second bonus run of the marathon. It's gonna be the half-hour Meme-cathlon by Skateman222. I invite you to stay tuned.